Alright everybody, I decided that it was going to be a little bit too hot to go fishing today, which makes kind of no sense that I'm wearing black and dark jeans, but I don't always make the best ideas or best options and choices and whatnot, but it does all the time. Anywho, so we decided to go off-roading today, and when I say we, I meant the camera and I, and you guys that are watching. So hopefully it's not too loud, hopefully it's not too shaky. Like I said, we are off-road. Got my little 73 Volkswagen Beetle just cruising about. So once we get to a place that's a little bit more interesting, I'll get back to the vlogging. See you guys in a little bit. So this spot that I'm at now, it's not really too exciting to look at or anything, but remembered a story from a few years back with an old friend. Right in this exact spot there was a rattlesnake just hanging out, and we decided it'd be an awesome idea to start messing with it. We stayed inside the vehicle. It's not like we got out and we were putting ourselves in danger or anything, but we were grabbing stuff and chucking it out the window to see if it would strike at the stuff that we were chucking out there. And it wasn't doing anything, wasn't really reacting in any way or shape or form or anything like that, but I got the great idea of heating these objects up on the vents, like the heater vents, and then chucking it out there. And sure enough, before the object that we threw out the window even got close to the snake struck it right out of midair. It was insane. But just thought I'd tell you guys about that little story. Just headed out up this way for a little bit. We're going to take a quick ride up here at the end of this. And then there's a shooting spot way over that away that when we get there I'll probably tell you another story about, but until then, catch you later. Right up here on this hill in front of me, I was driving, I was about right here, and I just hear the sharpest crowd of lightning ever. And there used to be a tree up here. Once we get up there, I'll try to show it to you if I can. But like I said, I was right there, heard the lightning, saw it strike this tree up here, and just watched it burst into flames. It was probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Well, maybe not. I've seen quite a few crazy things, but to see something get struck by lightning is pretty crazy. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen anything get struck by lightning or not, but it's definitely something you'll remember if it ever happens to you. Hopefully it doesn't hit you. I mean, that would never be good. But we're almost at that hill. Let's see if we can go off the shot, you know? Yeah, hopefully everybody's day's going well. Mine's going pretty well so far. I mean, it just started, so how could it be bad, you know? Let's see, about 20 feet from where it's at. Hopefully you can hear me. I know it's kind of loud. My car's not exactly the most quiet. Not the loudest by any means, but let's see. It's right in the middle of all those little bushes right there. You can kind of see a little bit of a burn spot. Let me back up slightly. Right in there. Lightning came down, zapped that tree, and like I said, burst into flames. Driving standard while vlogging is pretty difficult, so you may not see too much motion action, but we'll do the best we can, right? I had to restart that. I just realized I had copyrighted music playing. So back behind us, there's a little bit of a drop-off back there. Not anything crazy, but I was saying, in my 73 Volkswagen Beetle, it's not exactly the most, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not exactly the best off-roading vehicle. However, it gets the job done. I've passed multiple 4x4 vehicles that are stuck out here in the sand or mud when it's muddy, which is almost never. But thought I heard another vehicle. I'm at that shooting spot I was talking about. I say that this is my old shooting spot because my brother-in-law and I had come out here once and we were doing some shooting. There's a hill right there. It's a lot bigger in person than it looks like it is on camera, but we were shooting towards that hill and a cop came out here and told us that we couldn't be shooting out here, and I was like, really? I've come out here for several years, like close to 10 years, shooting in this same spot and never had any issues or problems with shooting out here. He's like, yeah, I know, there's a lot of people that come out here and do some shooting, but somebody had built a house just a little bit behind that hill, and I guess they constantly get ricochets over their house, or sometimes they hit the roof line or something like that. So just luckily he was a pretty cool cop and just asked us to leave and just not shoot there anymore. We could have gotten pretty big fines, or had our guns taken away, which would have been really terrible, because I like my guns. I don't want them taken away. And that's about the end of that story, I guess. He just let us go. Like I said, he's super nice. Let's see. Let's get back to the roads. Probably doesn't look too bumpy or anything, which it's really not. We get some angle going on in a little bit. A little uphill through some soft sand, but nothing too dramatic at the moment. I need to clean my windshield. This thing's dirty. Hopefully it's visible through the camera. Well, I mean, not the dirt on my window, but hopefully you can see out the windshield. Little bumps here. This used to be super soft sand. I used to drive a Ford Ranger, and it would almost always want to get stuck right there. I'd have to do like 50 up that hill just so I could get to the very top of it, even though it's only like a 15-foot tall hill. Little bumps here. But let's see, right up here in a little bit, there's usually a red-tailed hawk. We'll see if he's out today. If he is, I'll try to get some pictures of him, or video. I mean, not pictures. I'm not gonna sit there and take pictures and then upload them. I know most people get all upset when there's still pictures on YouTube, or at least I do. So I'm watching a video. I don't want to watch a bunch of pictures go past, you know, watch a slideshow. But if I can find him, I'll get some video. And until then, I'll look for more cool spots to go. I'm nearly at a spot where there was a drop-off that was so steep that one of my wheels would always come off the ground. If I was going down it, it would be this driver's side front wheel would come off the ground until the passenger side went over, and then it would kind of clunk like that, and the back opposite corner would come up. But it's this little bit right here. It's not very deep anymore, or very steep, so now you just cruise over it like nothing, other than I'm in second gear, which makes it kind of difficult. Right over here, there's these sand dunes. I would go over there, but I'm by myself and it's a Wednesday, so there's like nobody out here. But yeah, I would go up there. However, there's a lot of nails and a lot of soft sand, so if I get stuck, like I said, it's a Wednesday, there's usually never anybody out here during the week, or very few people. So if I do happen to get stuck, I'd be stuck out here for a long time, and it's like a 20-mile walk back to town. So I don't really want to get stuck. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of nails. Over on this far left side of it, oh, I just realized I was all the way zoomed in on my face, probably looking at my nostrils and stuff. Yeah, over on that left side though, there's like that huge tall bit of sand. Me and one of my friends last winter, we'd gone up there and we went sledding, but we didn't have a sled, so we took a boogie board that you would typically use like in the ocean, and we were sledding on that thing, and it actually worked out way better than I expected. We were hauling butt down that hill, going faster than people that had like legitimate sleds. And then there was little kids asking us if they could try it, and I was like, I don't know. So then I told them to go ask their parents. They're like, yeah, you can try it. And I was like, all right, if they get injured, it's not my fault. I warned them that it's dangerous, kind of. But yeah, another little story for you guys. Sorry about the zoomed in part. I may try to edit that out. Oh, there are a couple of dirt bikers out here. They park over here sometimes over there by the sand dunes. Yeah. Still driving around. Still haven't seen the hawks yet. Haven't seen any snakes either. Just hoping to find like at least one rattlesnake, but it's kind of hit or miss, you know? Even though that saying's kind of ridiculous, because if you don't hit it, you're obviously missing it, and if you don't miss it, then you probably have hit it. Anywho, I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Alright, So I found one of the red-tailed hawks. He's not flying around, he's just perched up on this telephone pole up here. Try to see if we can zoom in close enough to see him or not, but he's right up here at the top right-hand corner. These birds are huge. They probably stand like a good 1.5 feet tall. Oh, gotta zoom out before I go to myself, huh? But yeah, they probably stand like 1.5 feet tall, maybe 2 feet tall. But huge birds. I've seen them like swoop down a couple of times and catch rabbits, or there's a lot of mice out here, deer mice. I saw one catch a rattlesnake one time. There's a 4-wheeler behind me or something, has lights on it. Hopefully it's not cops, not that I'm doing anything illegal, but I tend to try to avoid the authorities as much as possible. I mean, who likes getting pulled over? But again, like I said, I'm not doing anything illegal, so I don't really have anything to worry about. Other than vlogging while driving, I don't think that's really recommended. I don't know if it's illegal or not, hopefully not, but maybe, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's just like a 4-wheeler, maybe just another car driving around. So yeah, you gotta see a red-tailed hawk. Still haven't seen any snakes. But we'll go try to find some snakes and some more cool spots. This area that I'm at now, most of the roads are just like pretty flat, not too entertaining as far as you guys go. So when I get to either a cool spot or a snake, I'll definitely try to get some footage of it. A little butterfly almost hit. Try not to harm too many animals or critters. Like when bugs get in my room, instead of just smashing them, I pick them up either with my hand or like if it's a wasp, sometimes they get in my room. I'll like escort them back out the window. And yeah, I just try not to harm anything that I'm not going to eat. And as a heads up, for those of you that get wasps in your house, if you smash them, they release a pheromone which attracts other wasps, and they think that, well, because they smell that one dead, they feel like they're under attack, so it just makes them more angry and more of them want to come out there and harm you, sting you, bite you, whatever. So yeah, just as a heads up, if you smash them, more will come. So just try to escort them out if you can. Yeah, get back to you. We've just gotten to a place that's one of my favorite places to off-road, at least in this vehicle. If I had a 4x4, I'd take you to some more awesome places. I just don't want to get stuck, especially since I'm by myself. If I had like even another vehicle that was following me or that I was following, I'd go more crazy places, but this place is quite neat to me, just because there's a lot of bushes everywhere, which is kind of unusual for this area. Cactus everywhere, or cacti is truly the plural, but anywho, there's a lot of riverbeds in this area that are all dried up, like right here. A bunch of soft sand. Some of these spots I won't be able to film too much of because I need both hands on the wheel while I'm in the soft sand sometimes. But yeah, it's just, to me, it's pretty neat out here in this area. Like probably 20 miles further than the last clip. Oh, a little bit of a bump there. Yeah, there's hills all around us, and bushes everywhere, lots of soft sand. Out here is where I typically find snakes, just because it's a fairly untraveled area. Not many people come this way. I've pretty much made most of this road myself just from driving down it so often. But yeah, it's just a neat place to me. Here's another spot where a lot of vehicles end up getting stuck. Yet again, really deep soft sand. Then you have to make this little turn. Just bottomed out a little bit there, but Just cruise right on through it. No big deal for this car, even though it's only rear wheel drive. It's rear engine, so it makes it heavy where it needs to be and light where it needs to be. Used to be a fence here and somebody came and cut it down so that they can come through. Goes up and over that way, then obviously the other way as well. That's kind of how fences work. But yeah, just cruising along still, no problems. Still haven't seen any snakes. I'd like to show you guys a rattlesnake for those of you who've never seen one. Look, a little bit of a bumpiness here. We're only doing like, speedometer's barely even reading it. You know what, like 12 miles an hour? Just still cruising along. Get back to you guys in a little bit. So we've now gotten to another dry riverbed. This one's not too difficult to get across usually. Sometimes people will drive up and down the riverbed, kind of like you could maybe see. But it creates these divots in here, which makes it a little bit challenging. And then there's this fairly steep hill at the end. But as you can see, no problems. Just cruise right on through it. Again, if you've never been in an old school bug, if you've never owned one, they're amazing off-road. This one doesn't even have anything done to it. Like, it's not lifted. I don't have big tires on it. I have stock size tires, stock suspension, stock engine. Everything is just how it would come from the factory. Like, nothing's been upgraded. I've put replacement parts on it, but they're just replacement parts. They're not upgrades yet. Still just cruises on through everything. It's probably kind of loud right now because it's bumpy and my exhaust isn't exactly quiet. And I've been told that I talk fairly quietly, so I'll try to speak up. But so just up ahead here is a place that my friends and I have dubbed the Hole. And when we get there, you'll see why we've dubbed it that, and why we call it that. But yeah, I know I didn't show you guys too many interesting places. I know a lot of interesting places, but I just didn't want to show everything all at once. That way, in a few days, maybe next week, something, whatever, I can show you guys more places. But yeah, we're now approaching the Hole. You can see the beginning of it right there. But as we get closer, I'll show you more of it. So we just gotta go around a little bit of bumpiness. And there's like a little tiny ravine I have to go through up here, unless I went around it. Oh, I did go around it. But yeah, this is what my friends and I have dubbed as the Hole. Oh, there's even a vehicle in here. Let's go, let's pop out real quick and check it out. So this is what my friends and I have dubbed as the Hole. Now there's a truck down there. As a bit of another story, there was a night where me and a friend of mine were way down that way, and we saw some glowing coming from this area. And we came over here, and there was a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo on fire down in that hole, right where that truck's at, actually. And yeah, we were blown away that somebody had dumped an Evo down there. However, I'm pretty positive that it was stolen. They just wanted to get rid of it after they joyrode it for a little bit. What else is down here? Oh, there's just a bunch of junk. bunch of tires, couple of TVs, couple of chairs, the truck, like I said, some boards for whatever reason. But yeah, this place is kind of neat. Me and a bunch of friends used to come out here and hang out. I've played paintball in the hole. I've played airsoft in this hole. I don't play paintball or airsoft anymore, but it's fun to do every once in a while. Fly landed on my thumb. And for those of you that were curious, this is the bug that I've been off-roading in all day. Been out here for like 3 hours now or something like that. Just been driving around, doing my thing, off-roading, trying to get you guys some interesting footage. As again, I said we didn't go to many interesting places, but I'll keep them for later dates. Show you guys something else in the future. And I'll check back with you in a little bit.